Hey guys, this is Nick from ForexForNoobs.com with the midday analysis. Today is Thursday, the 28th of September 2017, and the time is 15:02 here in the UK. You're looking at a EURJPY daily chart, but we're going to switch up to the New Zealand JPY daily chart, and we'll start there. In this analysis, we're going to be looking for price action reversal setups. This is price action analysis. We're also going to be discussing some of the open setups we have, or the one open setup we have. So yeah, let's just dive right in. New Zealand JPY. On Tuesday, I shared a potential New Zealand JPY trade. That setup ended up triggering. I gave a brief update on that setup yesterday. It had hit my target. My original target was down here, roughly at at 81.50, roughly around there. So it hit my original target. That was my that was where I closed out part of this position, not the full position. I held the rest of the position hoping that it would continue to move up. It hasn't done so yet. My stop loss is at break even. I'm just going to leave it open and see what happens. This trade was taken on the 8 hour, so it looks a bit better on the 8 hour. I'm not really worried right now. It looks like it's just stalling a bit. It could very well continue up. Or there's also the possibility that this could be the start of a downtrend on New Zealand JPY. Who knows? That's why I closed out part of my position, because it was very possible that New Zealand JPY was starting on a downtrend. So part of my position's closed out. Worst case scenario, price drops down to my stop loss, which is now at the entry. My stop loss is now up here. Worst case scenario, it drops down to there, and I've made profit on most of this trade. So, all right, EURJPY. Let's see what's going on with EURJPY. EURJPY is in between support resistance right now. It's pulling up. Yeah, nothing much that's really tradable there. Yeah, your target was a bit wide. You had 2R. I think 1.5R was the smarter move. Well, not smarter, but the safer move. At least part of the position. Oh yeah, you're also short on EURJPY. That one should have been closed out here though, because that was well, I guess it depends on the time frame you entered on though. Because if you entered at that low, you would not have hit the entry. Well, anyway, EURJPY right now is stalling through here. I mean, there's a pretty good chance that EURJPY is going to continue down and hit this this target, your target, which I believe is further down here. But we just have to wait and see how it plays out. Right now, both of these are stalling out EURJPY. I'm not short on EURJPY, but I know some of you are. Right now, they're both stalling out, so just hold on and see what happens. USDCHF, what's going on with USDCHF? It's reversing from this resistance area, but it's not a very good reversal, is it? Is anyone short on this? Sorry guys, I haven't had as much time as I normally would have to be on the forum. So I have not seen all the trades posted to the forum today, yesterday or the day before. Just been a bit of a busy week. I shared this trade yesterday, didn't I? I didn't take it, clearly, as you can see, because I'm asking if I even shared it yesterday. But I think I shared this yesterday, correct? In the analysis. Well, let's figure out where it was yesterday. The analysis was about here, so yeah, it was dropping down at this point. Just because no one's posted it to the forum, no one's posted it to the trade section of the forum, it doesn't mean people haven't entered it. Generally, if it's posted to the watch list, I assume a lot of people have entered it. So it was posted to the forum, to the watch list section of the forum. So I'm assuming some of you guys are in this one. It looks like it's going pretty well for you guys. It did pull back a little bit, but there's no way it would have hit your stop loss unless you had a bad stop loss. And now it's coming back down. This is, you know, always these kind of moments here where price pulls back. It's always a bit of like a freak out moment for people. People enter a trade, pushes down, and then it pulls back to resistance, so it doesn't go in their direction right away. And at this point, a lot of people freak out. They get scared and they bail from the trade because it's pulled back. Now, when this happens, a lot of people... All right, cool. Thanks, Troy. When this happens, a lot of people freak out. They close out their trade. But what you need to consider in situations like this is that price is coming back up to an area of resistance, a strong area of resistance. So it's not as if your stop loss, if your stop loss is up here, it's not as if your stop loss is totally exposed. You've got between your stop loss this massive resistance area that is holding price back. And then you've also got some significant highs, the high of the previous few candles. So in this case, we can clearly see that price pulled back to resistance, but at resistance, what happened? Sellers entered. So selling began, bam, started pushing down. So yeah, if anyone's short on this, definitely hold it, see how it plays out. The biggest danger with this is it's a bit messy to the left, but should be okay to hit your target. All right, cool. So I'm glad I shared that yesterday. Hopefully, some of you guys are held through the slight pullback. And oh, you're at 1 to 2? You must have had a nice entry. All right, anyway, there's not much happening on USDCHF right now, so that's a trade from yesterday. I didn't take that one. I've been like so busy, guys. I've been doing a lot of stuff this week, and I just haven't really had time to trade. A lot of exciting stuff for Forex for Noobs. I haven't really even been looking at my charts too much, so I'm glad I've been able to share some trades with you, but unfortunately I haven't been able to join in those trades with you. Well, aside from, of course, New Zealand JPY, I haven't really been able to join you guys in those trades, but that's fine, whatever. AUDJPY, what's going on with that? Nothing much. It's just rain. It's just trending down right now. I mean, there is this area here which I removed because it looks a little. It doesn't look like a really great support resistance area, but it's stalling there right now. Yeah. It just didn't look too good recently, which is why I removed it. But it's actually not that bad an area. Let's keep an eye on this. Let's see what happens here at this support area. I mean, if it properly stalls here, especially since it's in the direction of the major trend, it might give us an opportunity. But I'm not too confident in this support area. But yeah, let's keep an eye on this one, guys. All right, USDJPY. I'm gonna move EURJPY down. Okay, USDJPY. What's going on with USDJPY? Well, nothing much. It's just pushing up. It's in between support resistance. EURJPY we've already looked at. EURGBP. So EURGBP has, it's finally stalled on this area and pulled back a little bit. But it doesn't look like a great setup to me. It's just too messy. So GBPUSD, what's going on with this? GBPUSD is pulled back up to resistance, but the preceding trend is way too short for a continuation, in my opinion. I just don't like these kinds of continuation setups. Plus, it looks like buyers are in strong control. It looks like it's making a new high very soon. So yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with this. AUD New Zealand, in between support resistance, nothing much going on. AUD USD finally dropped down to the support area. So yesterday we were looking at it. Yesterday it was about, during the analysis, I think it was about here. So we were looking at it yesterday. Well, no, this was the open candle. And I was saying that I'm waiting for price to drop down to the support area, and then I'll be looking for a long from there. Now, I was saying that yesterday, but as I've already said, I have been so wrapped up in other stuff the last day or two that I wasn't really monitoring my charts as much as I should have. So I've missed this one too. But was this one posted to the forum at least? All right, nice. Thank you, Troy. Thank you for posting it. I'm sorry again, guys. I like to spend more time on the forum, but just sometimes I'm busy. Sometimes I've got other things going on. All this stuff that's going on is going to be good for you guys, though. It's going to be a lot of new content coming out. So anyway, this looks pretty good, guys. There's still potential to enter this one, really, because it's low enough, but I really hate entering trades too late. Let's do some quick analysis on this. All right. So first things first, there is no clear trend. I mean, you could say, if you look at the weekly, that it's in an uptrend, but you could also say that uptrend is possibly ended. So I think the direction of this trend is a little bit unclear at this time. That's my opinion. But notoriously, trends are something that traders can argue about in terms of what direction the trend actually is. And I know a lot of people are going to say that's not true, but it is. If you look at any Forex forum, what you see, well, not including our forum, because generally we agree on stuff, but I mean these public Forex forums, like the Forex Factory forum, you'll see someone say, AUDUSD is trending up, time for a buy, and then you'll see another post, AUDUSD is trending down, time for a sell. In my opinion right now, the trend is not very clear. It's gone into a ranging stage as of here, and we can't really tell if it's trending up or down at the moment. So we have to treat this trade as if it's counter trend. That's how I would usually approach it. If the trend is undetermined or hard to determine, what I usually do is I just treat it as a counter trend trade, and my target is lowered. So with this setup here, if I was trading it off of the 8 hour, treating it as a counter trend trade, I'd have my initial target around about here, which is actually pretty good because it lines up with this minor support resistance here. So yeah, guys, if you're long on this, you may as well hold it. It looks pretty solid. I'd probably set my original target around about the 78.94. But you know, that could be extended depending on how strong buyers are when they approach close to that area. General rule is set your target there and then set an alarm around about here. If you're around when the alarm rings and you can check it out, then you could extend your target if you think it's a good idea to do so. If you're not around and your alarm just keeps ringing and you don't really notice it, then it's going to hit your target and close you out for profit anyway. That's how I usually approach it. So that might be something you want to consider. If I was in this trade, which I might actually be in this trade, I might jump in. If I was in this trade, my target would be around about 78.94. It's also good because it's before this minor resistance, psychological level of 7900. So not only is this minor resistance, it's also a psych level. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. All right, Cad Jpy. Let's take a quick look at Cad Jpy. It's just messing about on this resistance area in a very tight range. There's no potential setup there. Euro AUD, yeah, I mean, it's stalling out on here, and you could make an argument that this is going to be a valid trade, but to me, this is just so messy that it's really not worth trading. It's way too risky. This is not the kind of setup I like to trade, so I'm not going to even bother with that. Euro New Zealand, yeah, trending down, but it's in between support resistance right now. Euro USD, it's having a slight pullback. I'd be interested in Euro USD if it pulls back up to this resistance area. This resistance area might provide us with a nice short opportunity, the 1.1860, but we need to wait for it to approach that area. Right now, it's just kind of like looking like it wants to pull back up, but it hasn't yet, so we can't do much. GBPAUD is sitting on this pretty strong resistance area. It looks like it's breaking through. Let's keep a close eye on GBPAUD. It might form some indecision up there, but it doesn't really look that good. But it's worth watching just in case. GBPJPY is in between support resistance. GBP New Zealand is pushing back up to this resistance area, testing it again, but no trade opportunity there. New Zealand USD is pulling away from its support area down here, but again, no real trade opportunities there. USDCAD, anyone short on USDCAD? My problem with this immediately is, let me adjust this down a little bit because I don't like this indecision candle. It's a bit high on the resistance area. Generally, when indecision is high above resistance, you need to worry about it turning into a continuation. So resistance turns into support instead. So what I'd look for with this would be for daily to close as indecision, and then I'd want to put my entry pretty low, my entry down here. But generally speaking, that's going to make it hard to get a good risk to reward ratio, although it might work in this case. Yeah, we can get a good risk to reward ratio in this case. So I am going to consider entering this. What I want to see is I want to see this daily candle close, and then I want to set my entry down around about the 124.27. I want to make sure it can clear this support, this resistance area, which may have become support. All right, XAU, so gold, US dollar. We don't have many support resistance areas on here, but it is stalling out at the moment. So I'm just waiting for this to drop further, to be honest, to get a good long. And silver USD, again, I'm waiting for this to drop further, possibly down to 16.23 in order to get a nice long swing trade opportunity on this. Alrighty. I think that covers the Forex analysis. Well, actually, I'll do a quick wrap up. USD CAD Very unclear what's happening here, but it's obviously reacting at this area. We need to wait and see. This could turn into a short trade. It could turn into a continuation, just depending on what price does up here. So it could be either. We just need to wait and see. That's the important point that a lot of people find hard in trading, is to just wait and see. So I want to see how this candle closes. I'm going to wait until the end of day, and we'll go from there. New Zealand JPY, long trade. I'm just going to delete this and put a new one in. So New Zealand JPY, the long trade that we are in, that some of you may still be in, some of you have closed out completely. I'm just going to hold on to this one. Yes, it's pulled back a little bit, but just because it pulls back, it doesn't mean it's the end of the trade. It's not very common for you to get into a trade that just goes bam, straight up and hits your target. You know, I wish every single trade I entered hit my target in its first candle. That would make life easy. Trading would be a lot more comfortable, but sadly, that's not the case with trading. The reality of trading is when you enter a trade, it's going to do this kind of stuff. And sure, sometimes it's going to go straight up and you're going to be happy, but most trades are kind of like a slow move towards your target. So, you know, this still has potential to push up towards our targets. Definitely. Just hold on to it. Don't freak out. And let's see how it plays out, guys. So New Zealand JPY, long is still a go. Hold on to it. GBPAUD, we're just waiting and watching with this one again. USDCHF, for those of you who are short, again, just hold, wait, and see. Any questions, guys? We're also looking at AUDJPY, potentially. I forgot about that. AUDJPY, hold, wait, see. Sorry, not hold, wait, see, just wait and see. At least for this 8-hour candle to close. So let me organize these a bit. USDCHF is an open trade, New Zealand JPY. So we've got three potentials: USDCAD, GBPAUD, and AUDJPY. Yeah, any questions, guys? Thanks for watching the analysis. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. Also, for instant notifications when I post analysis or other cool videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Once the setups I share in this analysis trigger, I post live updates as I manage the trade, such as my entry, exit, stop, and when to get out of the trade. For these updates, add me on Facebook or Twitter by clicking the buttons below. I'll see you in the next video.